CAT podcast, Consumer Ammunition Tactics podcast. We got a special episode today. I got my homie, Darrell Gray. I'm going to read his bio and we're going to get straight into it. So if you're struggling to sell digital products, then Darrell is your guy. He's been a full-time entrepreneur for 4 years and helps experts package their knowledge into digital products using sales funnels. His biggest launch was $106K in a day and $230,000 in a week, all using sales funnels. Welcome to the podcast, Darrell. How you doing?
I'm blessed, bro. Let's get it. Let's go.
Great. So a lot of y'all that's listening to the podcast, you may not know, but I worked with Darrell in like the earlier days of my business with Cat as far as setting up funnels. And I just thought it was only right to bring him on the podcast as far as, speak from the behind the scenes, because without him, all these people I'm bringing on, a lot of people that's using these funnels and things like that, the business wouldn't be as strong. So, we definitely need to talk to someone like Darrell, pick his brain. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that phrase, but we're going to get today.
No, that come with an invoice. You know what I'm saying? When they say pick your brain, that come with an invoice.
Yeah, exactly. So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe, where you grew up and stuff. We read a very brief bio. Let's get a little bit about you.
Absolutely. So, you probably can hear it in my voice. I say to and do a lot. So I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Everybody say like be more, but when I'm do right. So I'm from Baltimore, and man, where I'm from, not a lot of people know about digital marketing. Man, all this stuff that we know about credit, even the basics, bro. You can say freeze the secondary barrels, and they're like, what's that? You know what I mean? Like you like a god, right?
Yeah.
What they say in the land of the the blind, the one-eyed giant is like the god, right? So here we know little about sales funnels. I'm gonna be completely transparent, but it's probably be one of the most transparent enemies you have. Like where I'm from, we're adult capital. Like we sell drugs. I don't sell drugs, but where I'm from, a lot of people sell drugs. So coming up, entrepreneurship is in our veins, but the vehicle that we use is heroin, right? Drugs. So just because we're at Port Town. So in the beginning, I thought that I was like, yo, is this like my vehicle to really like make money? And one thing that I always tell somebody is like, yo, to thy own self be true, right? Like know thyself above anything else. And I know that I'm a good guy, and that game that I would have played would not have been congruent with my spirit, would not have been congruent in alignment with who I am. So I sat to the side. And I think a lot of people get caught up and don't realize like, yo, first you got to understand the rules of engagement of the game, and then you got to understand yourself, right? But more importantly, like know yourself first.
Yeah.
Right? So in my city, I just felt like I might have been good at the game, but the person that it required me to be, I didn't want to step into that person, right? So I knew there was another way. Just like everybody else, bro. I sold candy in school. I sold Snickers and all that stuff. I actually had like 2 or 3 people working for me in high school, and then just different hustles because my mom and my dad, like they broke apart, and I had my stepdad, and then he kind of went down to like money wasn't coming in. So my mom was really like the breadwinner. And I just knew like at a young age, I couldn't have the latest Jordans and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, when you want something, you're like, man, we're going to figure out how to get it.
Yeah.
It's just like that hunger. So I was like, okay, what can I do legally? Right. Because I knew the illegal route really wasn't for me. And that's when I just started upon that journey, just selling different things. And I knew like the more things that I could sell, the more value I could provide, the more income I can generate. And it's the same in any space. Once you understand the principles, in every game there's crossover, and there's in sports there's a crossover between sports and entrepreneurship. They're both games, right? So you got to figure out in sports, you gotta study film, you gotta practice. So in entrepreneurship, it should be the same rules, because you can't get better unless you study film, unless you practice. It's just there's a gap between entrepreneurs knowing how to do that in their game. And that was some struggles I faced. So if there's anyone else facing that, like, I'm like, bro, it's we about to get deep, man. We about to, I don't want to get too deep. But yeah, man. So but that's where I'm from. I'm from a city that thrives off drugs, but I really wanted to switch it up. I knew the hustle was in me, but I just had to switch it up into a legal route to where I can legitimately make my mama proud,
Yeah.
and her not being afraid to tell people, like, this is what my son does, opposed to my son got money. What do you do? Hush, hush. You know?
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have two brothers. Yep.
Are you youngest? You're the oldest.
No,
Okay. You set the route for them? Did they take similar route, or how's that going?
bro, I wish I could say they took a similar route. So one of my brothers, he's of course the youngest, is kind of like, he ain't gonna listen to this podcast. So but he's still living with my mom, and he just trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things I really don't think people, like family, they say like fish discover water last. And what I mean by that, in that quote, means like you don't realize like your environment or like the good things you have until it's gone. Right. So I'm pretty sure if you have like a younger cousin, or like if you have a little brother, like sometimes they don't realize the value that God has placed into you until you're removed from their life.
Yeah.
Whether it's by choice or, you know what I mean, like, yo, I'm just not even existing on this plane, right? So, and I think that's the same for them. And a lot of people, they just don't realize it, bro. It's like, I'm telling you, like I talk to a lot of high level entrepreneurs that's doing it's M's, right? And then they're to their siblings, it's just like, oh, that's my brother, right? But to their mentees, it's like, bro, that's my mentor. He's getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like, yo, how can the person that says, oh, that's my brother, why aren't you following their footsteps? Right? Why aren't you taking what they're doing in the game that they're giving, taking it and running with it? And it's because fish discover water last. You don't realize that the person that you consider just your brother is really a blessing. Like if you really take what they say, because they will like they'll bend over backwards. If you are, you know what I mean? Like I deal with stand-up people, like I do whatever for my brothers, but it's just it's only so long you're gonna throw your pearls at swine before you just like, man, this ain't working, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am the oldest, you know. I like to say I'm my brother's keeper. So at any time, like when they need me, I'm there. But whenever they come to that come to me Jesus moment to where they're like, bro, I want to lock in, I want to start taking things to the next level, I'm here. But you can't force a person to change. You can only work, you know, with the change that they are. So
I think
that's where I
part of it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm rapping.
Okay. I was saying I think part of it too is just that level of access versus if it was someone like you, but they're not related to them, they're gonna be more willing to listen. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think part of it is that too. But yeah. So I mean, what got you into funnels and things like that? Do you do credit, fixed credit as well? Like what's going on?
Now I know about credit just because of the mutual group that we in.
Yeah.
But man, so when I really stumbled upon sales funnels in the beginning of the game, I used to work. I went to college at Dell State, right? Got the HBCU experience, and I like to say like I'm a really good genuine dude, right? Like
Yeah.
we've never met each other, but we know each other, right? So I'm the type of person like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm married, but if you had a girl and y'all broke up and she tried to talk to me, I would never talk to her. Just because like we had the rapport. So I just feel like I'm a great guy. And because of that, I can build a relationship with a person pretty easy. Right. So in smaller ecosystems, I work really well. Like it's crazy. Like sometimes in some places they be like, yo, you like the mayor. I'm like, I don't understand. But pretty much I used to work for corporate America. I used to work for JP Morgan when I graduated. And this is based all off relationships, bro. I did public speaking, and they was like, Darrell, you got to get that corporate gig. And I'm like, all right, bet, let's work. So I went to JP Morgan and I worked in the project management space. To be honest, bro, I really suck at managing. But I'm really good at building relationships. So people have an affinity towards me. So it's like, yo, Darrell's my guy. Let me get this done. Right. But one of the things I realized, bro, like I'm also big on energy. Like I can feel when the energy is off, right?
Yeah.
And in corporate America, it's just was like that. that silver lining, like, all right, as a Black guy, like, it's only but so much you can go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really shuck and jive, but it's like so much you can go, right? so,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be me, but it's just like until you really gotta play the game. And it was remember, to thy own self be true, right? So I don't that game. I really wasn't looking to play it like be be this type of person, and so I was like, you know what, bro, let me figure out how I can exit. So I just like everybody else, right? Make money online. Bro, I do tell you, I did make money online. So I stumbled upon eBay. I started selling stuff on eBay. I'm at corporate gig. I'm in thrift stores and all that, just searching for stuff because I like to buy and sell. So I started buying and selling stuff, and then I found out Amazon FBA, and that's where I started selling stuff on Amazon. But I had one big flaw, bro. I was over leveraged, right? So I remember I suck at management, and sometimes I also suck at like the books. So I was seeing money come in, but I forgot that like I was having credit cards from Chase for 12, 13,000. So as I was selling product, I didn't realize that when you're dealing with a physical product, you still have cost of goods, you still have all those little fees, and then you got shipping and all that. So, bro, me and my girl was going out taking trips and stuff, and I'm like, yo, life is good. But I didn't realize that I was completely over leveraged, bro. Like, bro, it was, if I would have did a P&L, my shit would have been screaming like, you're fucking broke. My bad, bro.
Hey, man.
But it would have been screaming in the red, bro. And I didn't know. I really didn't know. I thought it was peachy because I had all those credit cards and I was covering it with the credit cards. So I just really like, I hit a low, bro. I hit a low. I was like, yo, I quit my job and everything. I quit my corporate gig, and it was me and my girl and my daughter. We was living at her mom's crib. And then so I just was like, man, I gotta figure this shit out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't have no corporate gig no more, so I'm there. And it's a certain like, I don't know, it's a certain way that I look at myself. Like, I know I'm gonna figure it out type of guy, whether it's through prayer or just hard work, bro. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. And of course, you know, and I know, right? Like, credit cards is just like, yo, they not gonna come to your house and just grab you by the neck, like, pay me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you on the street, then it's something different. Like, you owe somebody 13,000 on the street, like, bro, you got
that's definitely different.
You know. So it was cool. And then I realized it was just I started still going down that rabbit hole. Like, okay, what can I sell? And on Amazon, there is a product, like, people sell digital products. So people was making bags off of books. And I was like, yo, where did you mess up, Darrell? Like, yo, it wasn't the selling. It was the fact that I didn't factor in the cost of goods, all the hard costs. And then I started listening to the guy named Russell Brunson. He was like, yo, if you sell digital products, there's no cost of goods. It's all IP. You feel me? Besides, like, you know, if you go down to the ads realm, but for most, it's no hard. I'm like, yo, if I stole digital products, like, it's all upside. It's just work on like getting the message out, but I wouldn't have been read. So that's when I started going down that path. Bro, I literally started reading everything, bro. I started reading Dan Kennedy. I started reading a guy named Frank Kern. These all like marketers, right? Older marketers. Evan Pagan. Who else to start? Of course, Russell Brunson. Like, bro, so many people. I started learning marketing. I started learning sales from the guy Jeffrey Gitomer. I just started consuming like books on marketing, sales, because I feel like when I realized like skills pay the bills, I was like, okay, well, what skill can I acquire that even if I hit my lowest low, I can charge somebody $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000 and get back on my feet. And I felt like it was marketing. And you know, the way the world works, my pops is my step pops, but his brother and mom, they were the head marketing in a bank called City Financial.
Uh-huh.
So they did a lot of like direct marketing stuff like that. So I had somebody that I can really talk marketing to, and he did the direct marketing. So like, you know, sending out mail and stuff like that. So he understood that. So when I went to him, like, yo, I like marketing. He's like, all right, bet. Well, you know, I can be a resource. But I was like, I don't want to work for a bank. I don't want to work for nobody. He's like, oh, I thought you was asking for a job. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I feel like, I was like, nah, I don't want the job. I just want, you know, since you're the VP, like, I just want your insight because fish discover water last. And I felt like he was my water. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I think a lot of people don't realize the potential that people in close proximity had. They just, sometimes they undervalue the people that's closest to them.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I always pray on it. Like, you know, just like, yo, can I recognize the value in the people that's close to me? So that way I can, you know, not misuse their gift and really take it to the next level for everybody. So that's when I figured that out. And man, even that wasn't easy, bro, because I started doing funnels for local businesses. But the thing about it was, I realized that even though I was doing funnels, local businesses still had a hard cost, right? So, and they didn't know how to really run a business. So I'm going around DMing businesses, meeting with them, saying, hey, I do your marketing, I build your funnels. And they didn't even know what funnels were, right? So that's when I realized I had to sell to people that already knew that they had a problem. Just in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might get a little too deep, but it's if it's 3 layers of marketing, of like awareness, it's cold, warm, and then hot, right? Cold is like, bro, I don't even know what the heck you talking about, right? Warm is like, oh yeah, I heard of funnels and I think it can help my business. Tell me a little bit more. And then hot is like, yo, I need a funnel. You can do it. I seen your work. I'm ready to pay. Right. So I was like DMing cold businesses that didn't even know funnels could help them. So when I realized, I was like, yo, let me stop DMing these people. And then I started getting into the awareness of people that knew about funnels. They knew funnels could help them, but they just didn't have a funnel guy. And that's when shit changed for me, bro. Wow. Like, it just was like, I know about funnels. I know what they can do for my business. I just don't know the person that can make them for me. So the conversation changed. It wasn't like, can you do this? It just was like, let me hop on the phone with you just to hear your strategy. I got the bag. I don't mind paying you. I just want to hear your strategy. If you got some work, perfect. But if you don't have any work, I'm still willing to give you a shot because what you do, I need it so bad that I'm even willing to pay a virtual assistant that don't speak English to get this done. Come on, bro. If you find somebody that has that type of pain point, you can run up the bag. Because all I have to do is I can naturally build a relationship with anybody. Right. I really do know what I'm talking about. Like I lived it. So it's just like a no-brainer. Like, all right, of course, like I work with all races, ethnicities, but it's for the culture, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they like, yo, you know what I mean? You're a cool guy. You know what I mean? Like you understand this marketing stuff, but you also have like you from Baltimore, so you still understand the streets and there's certain codes that I live by, right? Like my word is my bond. Right? So I took that from like coming up because if you did sketchy stuff, right? Like whether you in the drug life or not, like your word is your bond because then that's street, that's fist fights, that could escalate out of control, right? So when I take that to business, bro. Like if I tell you, yo, Mike, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be done because my word is my bond.
Facts.
You know, it's a lot of people, bro. Like I'm talking about, I done dealt with hundreds of thousands, no contract, no contract, and that's rare. You feel me? But even on my end, it's like, bro, my word is my bond. If we set this in confidentiality, it is what it is. I done had people pay me 20 bands, no contract, off of just like My word is my bond. I held up to my end, cut the check. And those are the people that I love to deal with because that's the type of person I am. But yeah, once I realized those 3 phases, and I think if more people realize that, you'll have an easier time in business.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's just easy, bro. Easy.
definitely.
And one book I would highly recommend a lot of people read is it's a marketer that passed. His name is David Ogilvy, and he has a book called Ogilvy on Advertising, and he talks
Okay.
about how to channel desire, right? And desire is just the need or the want for a certain outcome, right? So when you realize that the desire is already there, all you're doing is channeling the desire to your product. It makes life easy. You don't gotta talk to those people. Like, you don't have to talk to those people that's like, hey, look, you want your credit fixed? Why should I fix my credit?
Yeah.
Go that way, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you want your credit fixed? Yeah, I was thinking about fixing my credit. I was thinking about going to this guy or you. Let me talk to you for a second. It's the easier conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing is crazy because when you really study marketing, one guy had this marketing piece and he was like, yo, it was like he was talking about heavier women versus smaller women. And it was very offensive to the heavier women. But he was like, yo, they're not my target. That's not who this marketing piece is for. I'm selling the boxes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about those other people. If it offends them, it is what it is. But the people that I'm speaking to, they are connected to that piece. And those are the people that will buy. So just understand like a level of polarity. Now, some people go crazy with it, but yeah, bro, it's so much I learned through that phase of like going broke, literally going to Disneyland. We went to Disney World one time. And I think I had like $100 in my name, bro. It was me, my girl, my daughter, and her mom.
Yeah.
So we even had to sign up for like the timeshare. I hate those things, bro. Yeah, bro. We had to sit through a timeshare, and I hate them. But they wanted to do Disney World, and it was like, you know, of course, if you sit through it, then they give you cheaper tickets and stuff like that. So, like, man, I done been through it, bro, and I understand. But once you understand marketing, I feel like you can thrive in any environment.
Okay. So I know that I would say, well, I don't know, maybe majority of the people listening to my podcast, they're dealing with credit. They may be thinking about starting a credit business, but there's also other people that might think like, I want to get into business, but I don't know what to do. So they might be hearing, you know, you speak about your story and everything. Can you give them some advice as far as what you would do sooner, maybe to, you know, get into that marketing lane? Was it the books that was the big game changer? Because we already knew you were able to build relationships. Like, what was really the game changer and people should like execute on immediately?
So the first thing I think that people should immediately execute on is like, bro, if you think about it, one of the biggest books is How to Win Friends, how to correct.
Yeah,
right.
How to Win Friends, influence people.
Correct, bro. Think about it, like relationships. And I think in the group they talk about like relationships lead to championships.
Yeah.
So even if you don't like, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, I'm not gonna name drop, who don't have a big skill, but they're excellent at being the bridge. Right. So if you're that type of person, like, yo, I don't know what I can do. If you can be the bridge between two individuals, you hold them together and you're solid, currency flows. It gotta flow through the bridge. You see what I'm saying? So like, if I would have knew that early on, and I kind of did, because like I said, I worked well with like building relationships with people. But that's the one, like, don't burn your bridge, but also like study people, understand people. And if you can understand a person, like if a person genuinely likes you, right? Like, bro, you're a good guy. Like, they'll flow you. You know, I'm not saying they're gonna flow you everything because you don't got a skill, but they'll flow you, they'll help you get to where you want to be. And I've had people that like, bro, like it's between me hiring you and this other guy. I'm gonna be 100 with you, bro. this other guy is slightly better than you, but I like you. You're a good guy to work with. You're easy to work with. You see what I'm saying? So that gave me that foot in the door. And then of course you fulfill. But that's like, I feel like if anyone is like, yo, what should I do? Of course, I would say build relationships for one, like understand people, understand how you can build relationships. And then once you understand how you build relationships with people, then you can start kind of like throwing things at the wall. Because you have to do multiple things to figure out what it is that you want, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like I had to go through Amazon. I had to sell candy. I had to sell other stuff and like to figure out like, yo, this lane is good for me. Right. Even for you, like, bro, I'm pretty sure consumer law, credit wasn't the first lane that you chose. Like you've been in other businesses, right?
No, a lot of people see it on social media. Dang, this is his first business. Everything going great. Don't know everything I was doing.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it takes time, man. And people don't see that. So I would say like, and then also one thing, bro, like, this is one thing I tell a lot of people. He's like, because a lot of people ask me, yo, Darrell, things look like everything looks good for you. You know, I see you doing funnels. I see you working with a lot of people. Like, what was it? Like, how did you get here, bro? Sometimes it's just time. You can't, like, time has to catch up, bro. I knew about funnels 5 years ago. I've been trying to tell people about funnels 5 years ago, bro. I couldn't sell a funnel for $250, bro. I was like, at one point, I was like, listen, I'll do your funnels, I'll do your ads, I'll do everything.
Damn.
Just give me $250, bro. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Now when I think about it, I'm like, shit, I'm not touching that. But
yeah, that's crazy.
But it's just like, sometimes the market has to mature to meet you. You see what I'm saying? Like, now the same, I mean, I've been in the game a little longer, so I understand, but the same thing that I got paid $20,000 to do, I would have did it for $250 had it been 5 years ago. But the market matured. You know what I'm saying? I grew, the market grew, and it just was like, bing. You know what I'm saying? So some people quit too soon, bro. You just gotta let time catch up. And I'm trying, like, a lot of rappers say, like, I knew I was rich. I just had to let the people catch up to me. I had to let the time catch up to me. I had the market. Yeezy, you feel me? Yeezy, he had all that stuff in his mind. He's just, bro, you look at his documentary, right there. Nobody gave him a time of day at first. It's like, oh, I'm tired of hearing this shit.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, people gotta let time catch up. And I feel like that's the thing that nobody wants to hear, because it's still a mystery. And mystery, right? The unknown, there's a lot of fear that's there. But one person always told me, like, I think I listened to the guy Russell Brunson, and he was like, yo, samurais make amends with the worst thing that can happen. Right? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, yo, I could go broke. You know what I mean? Like, my wife could leave me, and my child would, like, you're a horrible father. That's the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst thing that could happen. But at the end of the day, like, in the pursuit of success, like, I just gotta make amends with it. Because if you allow that fear to stop you, it's always gonna be in the back of your mind. So you can't execute to the fullest extent, because you're like, I can go broke, or yo, I can do this. Like, man, you just gotta accept it. It is what it is. And most of the time, bro, like, when I lost that money in Amazon, I felt like I was at a low, but I ain't never really been at a low. Like, I never had to eat out of garbage cans. I never had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't homeless. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And even E was homeless by choice, because he ran away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, we not living in a third world country to where it's like we are desolate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people gotta realize like most of the time the worst thing that can happen don't even happen.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Just go get it. And not well, you create your own luck, bro. I wholeheartedly believe that, right? Through trial and error, through being in the room, and then through the pursuit. Because once you tell, some people say the universe, once you ask God, like once you stake your flag, like, look, I want to do this, you gotta go at it relentlessly.
Yeah.
And then things will fall in line. And Myron Golden said it. He was like, I never heard anybody put it as good as he put it, but like when you're going in the right direction, turbulence will follow, right? Like you're going to have some type of adversity when you're going the right way,
Yeah.
right? I can't remember what I was just listening, but he's like, yo, it's going to happen, and most people quit. Like if you're going to start a new business, oh, you know, I'm going to start a credit repair company. Something happens, right? Your car might overheat, and then like, shit, should I spend the money on the car or should I spend the money on the business? And so it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? But if you really want that business, then you won't spend the money on the business and know that eventually the business will make the car work, right? Pay for the car. So.
You know what you're saying about as far as like the turbulence and stuff? That kind of reminds me because I'm like in the beginning stages trying to learn about, options and stuff like that. There's always gonna be
Me too, bro. Me too. Woo, I took that hit, boy. Yo, bro, can I tell you?
That's
I'm
tough.
down 17. I'm down 1,700 this week.
Oh man. Then pull back.
Bro, I'm down 17. Like,
yeah.
I'm in the shower, like
that adversity gonna happen, man. That adversity gonna happen.
But that's where, to me, when it hits, I always think like, yo, this is where champions are made, bro.
Yeah.
This is where champions are made.
Definitely.
Like in the forge in the fire, bro. So it's just like, if you can't take that small L, you don't deserve them $20,000 days. Them $80,000. You don't deserve that, bro.
Yeah.
Why? Because you didn't go through the adversity, right? Now I'm not saying if you get those days, cool, but when you go through these setbacks, when those days come, it just makes it so much sweeter.
So much better.
Like, much better. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
I deserve this. But,
definitely.
I'm right with you, bro. I'm right with you. I wanted to, of course, by nature, I'm not gonna give up. But one of the guys, his making power plays, his name is Andrew, and we hold each other accountable. He's like, bro, I told him, he's like, yo, I ain't gonna let you quit. So we today we was on a call and we went over all the trades. And he was like, yo, why'd you take this trade? I was like, I think he's like, nah, disciplines. And so, it's just, but remember I told you, like, when you're an entrepreneur or whatever, like, you got to understand how to practice, how to watch, film. How to watch film. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And we went back through the trades. That's watching film. You feel me? So, and it's good to have a team. So, like, it's all crossover, bro. You understand? It's crossover,
definitely.
So if I didn't have him as a teammate, and for us to really go to the film room and say, all right, you took this one on the chin, but let's review why you made the errors. And then, so next week you can come in stronger. Because, bro, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, should I take the trade or not? You know what I mean? And then by the time I took the trade, I was in late in this because I just was, so, but no, every entrepreneur should definitely they should be surrounded by people that's in entrepreneurship, as well as a few of those people. I think you should have people that's like your accountability partner or somebody that's really like not going to let you give up.
Gotcha.
because we at one point in time, like we go through a version like, I just want to throw in the towel, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's when you got your sparring partner hold you steady.
Yeah, definitely. So you said you mentioned about teammates, and that kind of reminds me. I want to talk about, let's just talk about the importance of even having a funnel, because I know some people are listening. They've probably just started their credit repair business and things like that, and they probably don't have a funnel. I didn't have no funnel at one point. Now having funnels and everything, like I think that dude is crazy for not having a funnel. So can we talk about the importance of having a funnel?
Absolutely, bro. So it all goes back to understanding. Like once you understand the 3 layers of awareness, it makes life so much easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember, I talked about layer 1 is typically a cold market, right? People that don't know you, they don't know the problem they have, and they damn sure don't know the solution, right? So those people typically, you can stop them by just like, hey, did you know? Or like, like curiosity. That's what draws them in. Hey, did you know these people are making a living using their credit cards?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what the hell is that? Right.
Yeah.
That's layer 1. So that's how you draw somebody in. Layer 2 is a person that's possibly aware of the problem. They're a little bit aware of the solution, but they do not know you. Right. So that's where you lead with the problem. Hey, the number 1 mistake people make with this, or when it comes to credit, let's face it, right? How to raise your score 30 to 100 points, bro. I done dealt, like, I know credit just because like I done wrote copy for credit. If you want to raise your score 30 to 100 points, and you in like that 400 range, typically you don't have enough items reporting to your credit report.
Yeah.
Flat out. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have enough accounts reported. But you're not telling them that in the beginning. You're leading with the desired outcome or the problem that they face. Or you could say the number 1 mistake that keeps you from raising your score 100 points. If you want to raise your score, come on, bro, I'm gonna check it out. Like, dang, what's that number 1 mistake? That's how you draw in that middle level, right? People that know they got a problem, they just looking for the solution and they looking for the person. Right. And that's where a lot of people, the majority of the market is cold, right? And then you go to warm. And then of course there's a small segment that's just hot, right? These are people that are ready to buy now. They just want to make sure that you are who you say you are. You can solve their problem. They know about the problem. They know about other solutions. They just want to make sure that you are the best go-to person that can solve that problem, right? So if you're in a credit space, remember I told you my problem, right? I was trying to sell to people that did not. I was trying to sell a cold people.
That cold market,
they didn't. Yeah, that cold market, and it's tough because, for one, as a solopreneur, you gotta have tough skin. Hey, you gotta kiss a lot of frogs, right? So if you go to the warm market, it's a lot easier. A warm market can be found by groups. One of these Facebook groups, right? It's there. Single moms that might suffer with credit. If you say Black people that suffer with credit, white people, Asians that suffer, you know what I'm saying? You figure out who you can help, and then you go into those groups. Or like you did, you create your own group.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can lead with your story, create your own group, give game. But those people are warm. Why are they warm? Because they know they have a problem. It's so much easier to sell to somebody that know they have a problem. Because the conversation switch. I'm not trying to like convince you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like convincing is such a manipulative type of word. I'm trying to convince you to do this. I'm convincing you because I want you to pay me. I don't want that. I want, hey Darrell, I got a problem. Can you help me solve it? Cool, let's talk. Let me diagnose you. That's what I want. Like I want to be able to come to somebody and let's have a diagnosis, like a doctor. Right? If you can have those conversations, it's easy to close. It's easy to close because it's just like, yo, I know I got a burning, I know I have a desire to get the problem solved. I know what the problem is. Now, a few things have to line up. Of course, like financially, like, okay, can I afford this? But financials is like one of the laws pop like, yo, you go get a credit card, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know it's tough. But
Yeah.
that's when it comes down. If you really like, I wouldn't tell somebody that unless I knew like I could deliver. Like, yo, go get a credit card to me. You know what I'm saying? Or go PayPal, whatever, right? Business. But you want to make sure that you touch upon that, like, okay, finance is cool. But you really want to make sure that the person has a desire, a burning desire to get that problem solved. Their money is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Money is irrelevant, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why people pay $1,000 for a bottle of Ace of Spades in the club. They got to burn the desire to stunt. You pay 3x for what that bottle. Actually, more than that. Probably 1,000x, because really that bottle probably only costs like $9 to make.
Yeah.
You feel me? So just understanding that really helped me out. And I think that will help a lot of people out when it comes down to credit repair. Because what I noticed is that, all right, so it's two spectrums that I noticed.
Okay.
You got when it comes down to credit repair, you got your run of the mill, like, we do credit sweeps, we do this, we get inquiry moves, we do this, right? But there's no differentiation between you and the next guy that does credit sweeps, right? So you're not niching down enough, right? And then there's like those people that are like kind of, I call them like kind of boutiques, right? Like, hey, we help people get into their dream home in 60 to 90 days, right? So they know, or if a person is trying to get a home, they know, well, all right, well, let me check this person out, right? Because they know my desired outcome is to get to my dream home. So they probably help other people. It's just a lot better where you can communicate than saying, yo, I do credit sweeps and all this other stuff. Because then now you're niche, you're speaking to your target audience when you tell them, look, you come through our program, we can get you into a home in 60 to 90 days. We help Janet get her home. You know what I'm saying? We help Mike get to his crib. We help this person. Then it's like the conversation changed. I'm not trying to convince you. I know what you want. Now let me make sure that you qualify. You feel me? So this, it's easier to say, how do you want to pay? Venmo, Stripe. Do you want me to, just run your card, do whatever? Those are the conversations I like to have. How do you want to pay? Like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So, and then also I think when you realize that if you truly perform a excellent service, that person benefits longer than you benefit. And let me tell you why. So when I built not my first sales funnel, when I built the funnel for a person, right? With this one, I charged them a little bit of money up front and then a percentage. They went on to make, I built it, they made 400,000. And I got a small percentage of that. Who benefited more, them or me?
You.
They benefited more. They made 400 grand.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
From the funnel, you see what I'm saying? From my services.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they made 400 grand and I just made a small percentage.
Yeah.
They benefited more than me.
Yeah, because they put in a small amount and then, small percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just got a small
longevity but yeah, I got
Or even if I would have charged them 3 grand, even if I would have charged them 5 grand, even if I would have charged them 10 grand. People scared to charge, even if I would have charged them 20 grand, they made 400.
Yeah.
Drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
So if you can realize that, like, if you help a person fix their credit, they're going to benefit more than that little bit of money that they're paying you. Even if you charge them 5 grand, bro, you fix your credit, they're in their dream home. They're getting 0 down on cars. They're getting Amex Platinum, so when they in the lounges with their feet up. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, I could charge you 20 grand and still be up.
Yeah.
And you still gonna be up. Based off all the stuff I did. Then you fix your credit. Then also, if I give you the game, man, you can fix your spouse credit. You got two houses, full income, and you got good credit all around the board. Now you leverage your credit to get funding. Now you're getting business funding. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. see what I'm saying? So people need to really realize that's the biggest thing I struggle with. I was like, yo, can I charge 2,500? Like, bro, you about to make this person $100,000. They gonna benefit more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the equation like that, it's like, why not? And when you are able to like communicate that in a sales call, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Marcus can charge 3,500 for recession proof. That's why people like Neo can charge 55,000 for a mentorship. It's like, bro, yeah, I'm charging 55,000, but you went on here to made $1 million. Who benefited more? Me or you? You feel me? Not only do your income change, your frame change, so you look at the world differently, your skills change. So once you set that bar, now you're going to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that payment was a one-time payment. They could run it up multiple times.
Multiple times, bro. So
yeah,
people need to, if you can put that stamp on your work, man, like don't be scared to charge for it. Don't be scared to charge top dollar. And people realize that because when they get on them calls and you're not thirsty, and it's a lot of people that we share mutual connections. Certain people in the credit repair industry, because they got that stamp, they're not. Oh, can you do a discount? Nah, all right, have a blessed day. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to that point, when people start saying, "Oh, can you do a discount?" No, I don't discount my work. Why would I discount my service? At the end of the day, I'm gonna give you a phenomenal result, and it's not gonna come with a discount. So people need to really get to that space, to where it's just like. But in order to get to that space, you gotta be able to stand on what you say, what you can deliver. Now, if you can't stand on it, cool. Like, all right, let me learn the game, and then once you get to a point where you can duplicate results, stand on that, man. Like people, that was the biggest thing that I struggled with. And then once I realized, I'm like, same conversation, like, yo, who benefits more, them or you? They do. Why am I trying to convince you to make $100,000 off me? You should be trying to convince me. You feel me? You should be trying to convince me, like, hey, bro, just do this, and I'm gonna pay you this, and I'm gonna make 100. You gonna make 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But that just takes maturity in the game. But yeah, so a lot of people, that's real back to your question. If anybody's in the credit repair space, of course, you can tell them more than me, right? Because you got experience. But from the people I work with, like when you in the beginning, if you can choose your target audience, and really speak to that person to where you can get those middle of the funnel people that have a problem, that know that there is a solution and that's willing to give you a shot. Those conversations just flow so smooth. And then don't work with broke people.
Yeah.
At first I used to be scared to say, I'm like, yo, I don't know. Nah, bro. Like if you broke, I ain't for you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put a plan together for you to get some money. But if you broke, I can't help you. I'm not gonna. I'm like, yo, I can't discount my service because I'm gonna give you my all. Why would I take half? So
that's a fact.
That's what people need to have, bro.
Yeah. yeah. No, definitely. So, what would you say are some things people, I guess, in the beginning stages or just any stage in their business right now, they should probably avoid as far as maybe marketing, maybe funnels, things like that? Maybe things that they're probably doing wrong right now. You know, maybe they'll hear something you say right now to help them.
The biggest mistake that I see, the number one mistake I see entrepreneurs make, and this is even coming down from my marketing coach, is people are too general. People too general, bro. People try to help everybody. Bro, you can't be the Messiah. Leave that to whoever you praise and let them be the Messiah. You feel me? Like you can't be the Messiah to everyone, bro.
Yeah.
But there is a certain set of people, a certain group that you can help. You know what I'm saying? And if you really focus on them, it's like when I realized, bro, it's money in everything. Look it up on YouTube. It's one lady that sells moose poop. She sells moose poop.
What
like
is
moose? Like
moose?
Like a moose. Yeah, like she on YouTube. She sells moose poop.
What?
So she go out. She sells moose poop, and she make a bag. She makes
people
a nice
buying
amount of money.
What do people use it for?
Decorations,
Bro.
ornaments. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, like,
Yeah,
man,
money's
you're not
in
gonna buy
everything.
no most. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
money's
what I
in
mean?
everything.
So
Money's in everything.
money is everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Money is in cleaning up trash. Money is in pooping up regular, poop scooper. One of my friends, he got a business that he pick up poop. Money is everywhere, bro. But when you really can genuinely solve a problem for a certain person, and if you become world class at it, you can demand whatever you want. There's the guy Alex Hormozy. He's in the gym space.
Oh, I've heard about that guy.
Yeah, bro. I love his book. It's called $100 Million Offers. And he talks about just like, if you can really get niche and you can really solve their problem, you can charge whatever you want for it as long as you can get them the result. Because it's much like it's literally money everywhere, right? And then one other thing, I encourage a lot of people to actually, if you get the book $100 Million Offers, he breaks this down. But he talks about how you can take something as simple as like time management. Like, let's say an ebook on time management. That's a general ebook.
Yeah.
Right. So you might sell at $5, $10, $15. All right, cool. That's general. You say time management for entrepreneurs, right? That's a little bit more niche. So you can sell that for a little bit more. You might sell that for 47, 57. Then you can say time management for entrepreneurs in credit repair, right? That's niche.
We're clear.
Right? So now it's more clear, right? So you can
Yeah.
sell that for even higher. And then you say time management for entrepreneurs in credit repair that's running a 6-figure credit repair business. That's even more niche.
Yeah.
So now you're speaking to a certain set of people, but they got a problem. So like, yo, how do I manage my time? I'm an entrepreneur or business owner. At that point, they might not even really consider themselves I'm a business owner that's doing 6 figures of credit repair. How do I manage my time? That book speaks right to you. That's a 200, 300. That's a course for $2,000. All just because you got niche, right? It could be the same information. And I learned that from Warren Buffett one time. He was just like, yo, I can tell you the same information as a hobo on the street, but you won't listen to me because I got credibility, but it's the same information, right? So you also want to include some type of credibility with it, but it's the same info just packaged up with a new ribbon on it can sell for a lot more. I mean, you know the marketing game, baby.
Hey, this for the audience. I'm learning too. So basically, there's more money in your messaging and being more clear versus being more generic.
Yeah, bro. Nobody really want to rock with somebody that's like sometimey. That's like, when I know where you stand, I can respect you. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if we get to it, like, bro, if somebody's racist and they outright racist, I can respect that. Why? Because I know where you stand. I know, like, all right, bro, you might not like me just because of the color of my skin, not the content of my character. You might not know who I am, but it's cool.
But it's clear
with that. It's clear, right? But so I need to tell you, like, at one point in time, I had to do like Lyft and all this stuff, and I had one person. They told me a story about how their mom was like I forgot what he called it. He called it like a low-key racist or something like that, like whatever term, right? So what I mean by that is he's like, yo, my mom, we live in this small town, and she when she met Black people, she just act like she was cool with them, but at the end of the day, she would go to her friends that was in the KKK, and she would be like, oh, well, this Black person was getting uppity or whatever, and she would sick them on them. But whole time you would think like, dang, she cool with, what I mean? She cool with us, but she really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so those are the people, like, in our society and culture, we call them snakes, but like, people can't really rock with that because we don't know where you stand. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even if you want to get, I don't want to get too political, but when it comes down to like Trump, people was like, yo, Trump is crazy, but you knew where bro stood.
We know where
it was on his mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was clearly on his mind. He put it on Twitter. So I can respect that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't stand for this, but I stand for this. Cool. And that's what people want to see in your messaging. That's what people want to see in your character. That's what people want to see, like, in your business, everything. Like, if you can exuberate that, like, this is what I stand for. This is what we don't rock with this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can call to, your people, and people appreciate that, bro. Nobody want to deal with a sometime person.
Yeah.
Nobody. So.
Most definitely. Okay, I want to transition, and before we, get to wrapping up the episode, I want to talk about, you said the biggest launch was 106K in a day?
Yeah, we did one, I think it was like 106-ish.
Okay,
yeah,
106.
106.
If you don't gotta, you don't gotta say the name or anything, but can we talk about kind of the pieces you were talking about earlier as far as the messaging and all that? Was that included? Like, how did we even do 106K in a day?
So it was in the crypto space, and it's a few things, like, I've because of the 4 years, I've been through so much, right? Like, I remember working with Nehemiah Davis, like, before he really blew up, right? Like, and it's documented, you know what I mean? So I can talk about, but when I first started on my journey, like sales funnels, I met with Neo, and he had I think he still got to this day. It's called the Greatness Center, right? So I built a funnel to get business into his Greatness Center, right? So I just seen, like, the evolution of, like, so many people, bro. Like, I just seen it. And then I also know that certain industries, it's a big bag. The three main industries is health, wealth, relationships. And wealth is a big bag. Options, big bag. It ain't hard to sell options, bro. All you gotta do is show a couple screenshots. You selling wealth, right? You selling wealth, right? Crypto, same thing. You selling wealth. But in crypto, it's one thing that's just like, yo, it's a lot of barriers. Think about it. If you're going through a jungle, right, you can, and options, it is a mean jungle.
Yeah.
But in crypto, it's even meaner, bro. It's mean. It's treacherous. It's sharks. It's megalodons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, if think about it, you don't want to go in the crypto to DeFi space without a guide. And when I seen that, and I knew, like, it was trending, and two, like, bro, everybody wanted to get into crypto, but they didn't know how. And I knew, because I didn't know how at first. And I was like, yo, what is a ledger?
What's NFTs?
What's an NFT? What is XRP? What is what's a you know what I'm saying? Like, what's a blockchain? What's ETH? What's Avalanche? So it's like, it's so mysterious, but you see people running it up. Crypto millionaire, Bored Ape Yacht Clubs.
Oh yeah.
So it was trendy. You know what I'm saying? So when me and bro started talking, I was like, I just seen it. I was like, ooh, everything is there. Following's there, assets there. Only thing you need is a funnel. And of course, like, a strategy. But you need a funnel, a strategy, and then somebody to have the wherewithal and the insight in the game to know how to put together a course, know how to put together a mentorship like this. And that was me. I seen it. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna run this up. And he was nervous at first, and I was like, yo, bro, just do this. Shut up. Do this. I'm gonna do this. And at the end of the day, money gonna come out. And at first, when we start pounding the pump, he's like, okay. And money started coming out, and it started coming out to the point where even his wife was like, yo, I don't know who this dude is, but this is a good dude. You know what I mean? So his wife was like, yeah, you talking to Darrell? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I knew, like, also one thing that helped us is it was a mentorship, so it was high ticket.
Okay, so high ticket is important.
Correct. It's very important. It's easier to get to 100,000 if you're selling a $2,000 to $5,000 product than it is if you're selling a $1,000 product. You see what I'm saying? Like, if in order to get to $1 million, if you sell a $3,500 product, I think it's like you only need like 300 customers, 300 some change, right? Customers. And some people can't conceptualize like, yo, 300 customers is a lot, but it's not really a lot if you can drive 20,000 customers to a masterclass.
Yeah.
Or if you can, you know what I'm saying? That's not even, that's like what, a little bit under 10%?
So yeah.
I mean, a little bit over 10%?
325. Yeah, a little bit over.
Over 10%, right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that much. So that's one thing I also learned in the game. If a person has a high ticket product, of course they want to lead with value, but it's easier to get to those 100,000, 200,000, $500,000, $1 million days. And the industry has to be right for it. Crypto was trending. People wanted in. This was a point in time where it was bull market. So shit was going parabolic. You know what I mean? People was like, yo, I just made 5,000 off of this. CRO, people was making a bag off that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like people wanted in. And that's the opportune time to really like sell a product, sell a mentor. Even like now today, like when people sell like the credit repair and stuff like that, like that's you selling into wealth. And it's an easier sell because people want to learn how to make money. They just don't want to put in the work. Yeah. So that's something that a lot of people can identify. I'm telling you, if people get the book $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi, he also talks about that. He talks about how one of his friends was selling in a he calls it like an irrational growing market. So as like if you sold toilet paper during COVID, like the beginning of COVID, you was gonna run up a bag because people was buying it up so much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you would have ran up a bag. So at that point in time, like bro, you didn't have to be the best salesman or whatever. You just had to have a good product. Well, not even a good product. You just had to have the product. You see what I'm saying? So like that's how I felt like when I discovered it, and I discovered crypto, and I was like, yo, you got the product. I just gotta put you in front of people. That's remember I talked about that, like when you have those conversations, I don't want to convince you. I just want you to see what I have and be like, yo, I was looking for that. Give me that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the best type of product to have. Because it just makes selling, I guess it's like easy. It just makes it easy. I don't really have to sell you. I just really had to hit a couple points. Typically it's what's in it for you. Has this worked for anyone else? And then who I am. Those are my big threes. I put that on every sales page. And once you can really, it's butter, bro. It's butter, man. But it also comes with just being in the game, seeing it, studying film. I read sales pages. I've read, I study a lot of like marketers from back in the day. So it's, you know what I mean? Time in the game, bro. Yeah. It's like option trading. It comes with time in the game. Like, yo, how you know that was going to bounce? Because I've been in the game for 5 years and I've seen it. Repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition. So, but yeah, that was it, bro. But one thing I do want to talk about a lot. I've never heard a lot of people talk about this. But when you do those big days, when you do 100K in a day, when you do $250,000 or $500,000 or something like that in a week, you will experience turbulence. And by turbulence, you're merchant. You know what I'm saying? Like your merchant might, you know what I'm saying? Your merchant might go up. People have buyer's remorse. So as a marketer, it's my job to cut down on buyer's remorse as much as possible. And that's just natural. You know what I'm saying? That's a cognitive bias. You feel me? Like naturally when you purchase something, if you don't get an immediate result, your choice starts to decline. So you're like, yo, should I purchase this? That shit, it even happens with the smallest of things, bro. Like you can buy shit. Sometimes when you buy food, you like, all right, I done ate the food, like, damn, fuck, I should have went to McDonald's. Oh, I don't eat McDonald's, but I could have got this. Like, I could have went here. So think about that. So as a marketer, that's my job to cut that down. How do you cut that down? As soon as somebody gets into your program, as soon as somebody's, and you want to provide the fastest result as soon as possible, right? Because that overrides the circuitry in your brain. That's like, man, why I signed up for cat? I probably could have signed up for bro down the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get them results, they forget about that. That thought is gone. It's always going to appear. These are cognitive biases that you cannot escape, right? So why fight against nature when you can go ahead and work with it? I know this won't come up. Let me nip it in the bud. So as soon as somebody joined the program, a course, whatever, your job is to get them results fast. What that does is that eases the brain, the reptilian brain, and now they're like, cool, this was a good choice. Or at least this was a decent choice. Yeah. Let me not charge back on, bro. Let me not charge back. But yeah, so that, and then understanding the last book I want to give people, what is this? Actually, it's two. So one is Charlie Munger. I forgot the whole book, but he talks about the cognitive biases. That's really important, especially when it comes down to marketing. And then it's the upper book. I might have to. I'm gonna follow up with you offline. I'm gonna send it to you. But he's another marketer. He's like the Spanish guy. And in the marketing world, there's something called CPA marketing, which is cost per acquisition. So he ran up like $1 million using CPA marketing, but he was using it's something called advertorial. So you teach somebody and then you asking them to take action, and he got paid off of it. But he talks about the cognitive biases as well, right? Like the art of war is mental, bro. So the more you can understand people, how to build relationships, but how to also understand, like I understand that, you know, like one thing, once you understand people like, yo, did you forget that I did X, Y, and Z for you? Yes, they did. It's a cognitive bias. The longer you go, like if I do a favor for you, the longer I take to ask for a favor in exchange, you have forgotten that favor I did. It's a cognitive bias. It's built in. I know this. I can either work with nature or try my best to fight against it, but I'm gonna lose. So I know. So like, I mean, I don't, most of the time, like if I do a favor for somebody, I don't really ask. But if there is an ask, I know I'm more likely to get you to say yes if I ask you for that favor right after I've done that favor for you. For one, the law of reciprocity kicks in. And for two, you're at the highest moment to where you like, bro, look out. Let me look out for him. If I continue to let days go by, life gets in the way. So you're going to forget, that feeling that you're like, yo, I appreciate this. You're going to forget it. So yes, you do. You know what I mean? Like, you might not forget it like, yo, I ain't forget it, but like that feeling has long left you. So it's just like, all right, well, I do the thing for him whenever I get a chance, opposed to it being a priority when I first do something for you. So that's it, bro. Just understanding cognitive bias. I know this was a little like deep, but
they're gonna get value from everything.
Bro.
I'm listening.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like it works, because when I was doing Lyft, and this would be my last story. I know we, but it was this white lady I met at I was doing Lyft. I was in Baltimore, and I had to take all the way to Pennsylvania. Yeah. So that ride was like 45 to probably an hour. Yeah. Right. So I met this white lady, and I understand people, and I read books on like how to win friends and foes. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. That's a good book too. Right. So immediately when she entered the car, right, calling it the perception, frames, everything kicks in. I'm just this black guy doing Lyft. If I'm doing Lyft, she probably thinks there's some level of incompetency there, right? Some lack of knowledge, something, right? Yeah. So when she hops into the vehicle, she's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Bland conversation, right? So as the ride goes on, I know that I know people care more about themselves than they do about me. And I knew that the ride was 45 minutes to an hour too. Mm-hmm. So I started asking questions. Hey, not questions like, not what do you do, right? But how are you, right? Like those feeling-based questions. And then I know if somebody knows that you care about them, or at least inquisitive about them, they'll open up to what do they do, right? So I led with that. She started opening up. Man, this lady, I don't think she will ever listen to this podcast, hopefully not. But she wound up being a professor for Cornell. She wound up telling me that I think her and her husband had two different religious beliefs, right?
Wow.
So they were about to split. Man, bro, like she almost broke down in the car, right?
Yeah.
Almost broke down in the car. Mind you, it's 45 minutes, 90 minutes,
Yeah.
45 minutes down to an hour. So she's like, oh my God, young man, like, she just kept it 100 with me. She's like, yo, when I first hopped in the vehicle, I didn't know what to expect. I want to apologize because I had kind of read you wrong. You know what I mean? Like I had one perception of you, and like, man, you like the complete opposite. And we went on there. Man, this was like the biggest tip. She gave me like $100 tip. You know what I mean? Like invited me in. When I say all that, to say like, yo, I could have fought against her calling me the bias and be like, like, oh man, like, why she treat like, man, listen, bro, like once you understand psychology, once you understand people, you can work with who a person is, and you can really like you can work with the brain to open up people's minds. So like psychology is major, bro. Marketing, all that stuff is major. So I know you can implement this into your business, and then you know what I mean. and the last trick, bro, and we gonna get up out of here.
Nah, give them all.
Is FOMO is real.
Yeah.
FOMO is real, bro. So I like to call it ethical FOMO.
Okay.
That's what I use, right? I know a lot of other marketers, they use unethical forms of FOMO. And what I mean by that is they'll say, hey, look, I'm closing the cart at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock hit. Oh man, never mind. I'm closing the cart tomorrow at 10 o'clock. You feel me? I feel like that's to me, you feel me? It works. Don't get me wrong.
It definitely works, yeah.
It works. But I like to do it where it's like, yo, instead of closing the cart, you could say closing the cart, or like, yo, bro, I got 10 spots left, right? I got 10 spots left. But if you really have 10 spots left, you can take a screenshot of that and then put it out there. That's ethical. Now, if those 10 spots fill up and then you forget to close the cart and let 5 more people in, you know what I mean? Like I legitimately, you know what I mean? But there's some form of like, all right, cool. But that works. But I like to use FOMO sparingly because we all know like who does this. Well, I don't want to shout their names out, but some people like, yo, I'm doing 90% off for the day only, right? And then tomorrow they be like, yo, I'm doing 90% off for the day only. You like, yo, I thought you said you was doing 90% off just for yesterday only. But it works though. So I'm not gonna knock my hustle. It works, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, how can you use it ethically? Conscious capitalism is one thing that has slowly been like kind of seeping into my brain because I like to run it up, but it's still like, how can I consciously be aware, like, yo, because some of these tactics, bro, like if they get into the wrong hands, these are the same tactics that charlatans use to like drain people, right? These are the same tactics that what's the guy that ran a fake hedge fund? Bernie Madoff.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know the name, but I didn't know about everything.
Yeah, he ran like a Ponzi scheme. So Madoff, like all these marketing tactics come to buy, like you can use them, you legitimately can use them for good, or you can use them for evil. Because once you understand like how to make a person buy, people naturally want what they can't have.
Yeah.
Right. So FOMO is a form of giving somebody something and then taking it away. Right. Like, yo, I'm giving you this opportunity, but I'm taking it away. So naturally, you feel me, like people won't come to it. So like, it's just, bro, it's natural. You know what I mean? It's just certain things that the brain we've been trained to do. Like once you start implementing them, it's going to produce income.
Yeah.
But is it going to produce impact? And that's where I want to really start taking my business to where it's like impactful. Like it's one thing to be rich, but it's another thing to be rich. And you have people that say, yo, like Mike changed my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And instead of I paid Mike, he's rich, but I didn't get a transformation. So.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not part of the goal. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be running up that FOMO. One more spot.
Yeah. No. I get it, bro. Like I wasn't saying that to knock you. I'm just saying like.
No. Yeah, no, I get it.
I've been there. I've done it. Yeah, everybody's different. It works. Like, don't get me wrong, bro.
It definitely works,
right?
Definitely.
Because it's also a form of social proof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It works. Like,
yeah.
It works like gangbusters, bro. If you ever have a launch, you'll notice that the most money is gonna come on day one, and then the last day of your launch. Why? Because FOMO kicks in, and that's strong. You know what I mean? But it's just about how do you use it without overusing it, right? Right. Because then you can also burn your audience out. Like, all right, I know he about to do this. I know, you know what I mean? Because then you can also train your audience to work against you. To like, man, that drink will be 90% off next week too. So I'll wait. You know what I mean?
For real.
You know what I mean? Because that's what you don't want. Because then
definitely.
Then you can't control your income. Because it's like, yo, all right, well, you know what I mean? So one thing a great marketer told me is you train people how to pay you. You feel me? Like you train people how to pay you. And if you train people to realize like he always gonna have one more spot left. And it's like, okay, I'll pay him late. I'll pay him next week. Or I'll pay him when he open up that next spot. You feel me? Like it's no urgency factor in it. Right. So if you can combine FOMO and urgency ethically, you can control like, boom, I got a spike. And it's just like, yeah. But yeah, bro, I don't want to take up all your time, man.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So before we get into the final round and wrap up, you're doing all the marketing, funnels, things like that. Do you see yourself going in the same lane years from now? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Bro, so just like anybody else, like right now I'm a solopreneur, so I do have struggles. And the biggest struggle I face is because I really don't have a team, right? It's me. I have a virtual assistant that creates my content. And I never really wanted a funnel agency. So to be honest, I'm really transitioning. It's 3 areas that I really want to focus on. One is options trading, right? Like I feel like if I can master the skill of options, then it's like, yeah, when.
Where's the power?
When I master the skill, then I can create income like on demand. But also like the marketing game has been so good to me, bro. I never leave a game. So it's 2 areas that I also notice that a lot of people start as they mature in the game, they start focusing on. One is software, right? So just like Connectedly. That's the software that's, you know what I mean? So
what's Connectedly for the people?
Gotcha. So Connectedly is pretty much a all-in-one software that allows you to build funnels. It allows you to do email, text messages, everything that a solopreneur pretty much needs. And this is, I don't get no affiliate deal from Connectedly, but what they did was excellent, right? Like they found a problem in the game, especially the price point. They solved it, right? And that's what business is about, right? And it's perfect. Like you got your emails, you got your texts. If you're a solopreneur, small business, and you like, yo, can I find a cost-effective way to really get like an overview of my business? That's it, right? So one thing I don't have in my business that all businesses really should have is recurring revenue, right? I got some affiliate stuff, but I definitely am looking to go like that software route, whether it's white label a platform, but pretty much fill out a niche and then serve that audience so that way I can get my residuals up to 50 to 100K a month. And then that way I really can like cherry pick on who I want to work with. Because when I work with somebody, I'm really looking to get like a percentage. How my man Baby say, I need equity up in the deal. You feel me? I need equity. You feel me? That's the only thing that's starting to make me move. If there ain't no equity in the deal, then I ain't really trying to hit, because I need a return on investment on all those times in my life where I was up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just studying my craft, like, yo, is this shit gonna work? I need a return on investment. So if I'm gonna put my mental bandwidth to something, if I'm gonna use everything I need that equity, because I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna give you the best of me just for a set fee. I need, okay, let's set this funnel up, and then every month, every quarter, whatever it does, I get a percentage. And then I feel like when it's like that, it holds me accountable as the builder to make it better. Because now, yo, if I can get if I can get 5 more people to buy, just a 5% increase in conversions, bro, now that's like, yo, out of every 100 people, I'm getting 5 extra people to buy. Even if it's $1,000 product, that's an extra $5,000. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like that's better. A lot of people don't like to put their skills or money where their mouth is, and I'm one of the people that like, yo, I'm with the stuff. You feel me? Like, yo, sign me up. I'm an athlete at heart, so I like to perform, and that's where the biggest paydays that I've found, right, are. So it's like, well, pay per performance. Like, if I perform, pay me. You know what I mean? But that's some of the struggles I face, and those are the 3 areas, because I feel like for anybody that don't have a skill, like, you flat, yo, ain't nothing wrong with getting a job, right? But get a skill. Get a skill that's in demand. 2 skills that I would tell everybody, like, yo, video editing, think about it. And remember I said, like, yo, you want something that people want to solve so bad that they're willing to go to the Philippines or India or whoever to hire a person that suck at English to get the job done.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, yo, if you can't compete with them, it's a problem, bro. You speak English. You feel me? Like, you're here in the culture. You know how things should look. You should be, you know what I mean? Like, but video editing is a skill. And I always tell people, like, yo, this funnel game is nice. It's nice, bro, because it is afforded me to work with like so many different people, bro. Like people that's big on YouTube with 250,000 subscribers, like, that normally people would pay for their mentorship, right? Like, yo, this person got mentorship. They coming to me like, yo, Darrell, like, I see that you can build these funnels out. You know what I mean? Like, can you do this for me? I'm like, this guy, you know? But it's because I have the skill, and it's in demand, that they like, yo, I don't care about how many subscribers you got. I don't care about how many followers you got on Instagram. Like, I see that you got a portfolio that's good. You got people that are vouching for you, and I want to work with you too. So it's just like, yo, the funnel game is good. Because then from there, like, bro, that's how I learned about options. That's how I learned about crypto. That's how I learned about all this other stuff, bro. And it's just like, I'm building up relationships, and I just think the funnel game. I can, but I don't like video editing. But I like building funnels, and leveraging relationships, leverage everything.
Most definitely. All right, we're gonna play the episode back in 5 years, see if we, got the subscription services and all that.
Facts, bro. Man, listen, bro. I'm looking for $1 million a month, man. Like,
most definitely.
I say that now till I hit $1 million, then. But it's possible, bro. Like, this shit is this. You still playing or you?
Yeah, we recording.
Oh, okay. I thought you stopped it. But
this all in an episode.
All right. But it's endless, man. Like, bro, it's whatever the mind can conceive, bro. It's possible, bro. $1 million months is possible.
Yeah.
$1 million days is possible. Like all this stuff is possible, bro. It's just like who really want it? Like who's willing to sacrifice certain things, right, to get to that? Because success does require sacrifice. It's impossible. It's impossible to get to that without sacrifice. And it's possible, man. Like I be telling people, like, yo, when I see these numbers, it's just possible. Just gotta put yourself around people that's doing it. And if you don't have a skill, see, the reason I like having skills, because skills can put you in the door that your income might not be able to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, like you might not have 10, 20, 30,000 to get into a room, but because I built a funnel for somebody that's like big, right? Now, oh, this is my funnel guy.
They need you.
Right? They need me.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, bro, I'm having a conference here. I'll fly you out. But the type of guy that I am, I'll fly myself out. Because I just look at it like, this is how I look at it, bro. And maybe I look at it weird, but in every crew, right? Like there's somebody that's really like the breadwinner, right? Yeah. Like if you talking about rapping and stuff like that, like there's somebody that's a breadwinner. Let's just take Lil Baby, you know, like Lil Baby is the guy that's getting the bag. Yeah. But it's still other people around him. And I feel like I always look, I'm like, yo, you can tell who getting money in the clubs, like, yo, he getting money, but he ain't really getting money because he leeching off him. That ain't me. That never was me. I might not be producing the amount of income that the front person is, but I'm still gonna always be able, when it comes time to put up or shut up, I'm always gonna be able to put up.
You hold your own.
You know what I'm saying? I hold my own. So I live heavily into that. So whereas though when somebody bring me onto the team, it's not like, yo, I gotta support him. Nah, bro, you ain't got to support me. You feel me? We a part. It's really a partnership. You feel me? Like, I have ideas that work. You just might got the movement, but at the end of the day, like we can collaboratively turn 1 into 5. That's what you get with me. Not like, yo, this person just like he on the team. He just my tech guy. I don't know. That ain't me. You can go hire somebody from India if you're looking for that. Yeah. You feel me? And that's just how I rock. Like, so that's why I said skills, man. Like, if you can have a solid skill, an in-demand solid skill, even if you gotta learn it, funnels, video editing, building up Instagram, right? If you know how to build up somebody's Instagram, if TikTok is new, right? Yeah. It's a certain layout, a certain way that you craft your videos in order for it to build in curiosity. If you can build up TikToks, that's a skill that somebody's willing to pay you for. And now, yo, this is my TikTok guy. He blew my TikTok up. So if that person has a mentorship, bro, I've been in mentorships that people have paid $20,000 to get into, but because I'm the funnel guy, they give me access to it. Yeah. You feel me? And remember, fish discover water last. So I always be like, yo, take this and really like relish it and realize like, yo, somebody paid $20,000 for this information, take it seriously.
Serious information.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm going through the course, putting a funnel together, I'm really taking notes like, okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do Turo. This is how you do Airbnb. Oh, this is how you do business funding. Oh, bet. You feel me? So, but that's all because I got a skill that's in demand, and I understand my target audience. So anybody that's listening, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, it's certain people, credit might not be your lane. It might not be your industry. You feel me? But in that industry, if you're in there, you might find a skill that you can provide to the marketplace that you really can go parabolic, right? That you really can like excel at. Because there's not that many, and the main reason I truly excel, it's not that many people in my lane, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? It's not that many. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, yo, it's people that build funnels, right? But when you come down to like, yo, are you consistently building funnels? I built over like 150, 200 funnels myself. So like I've seen so much that it's like, yo, you build funnels, but like, bro, you don't understand cognitive biases. You don't understand how to send out, when to send a text, not how to send a text, when. You feel me? That's a difference. You feel me? So it's like, yo, when do I send a text? You send a text as soon as they purchase the first product, you send a text thanking them. And then let them know about that upsell that you got coming next. Not that many people know about that. People don't know about the cognitive biases of buyer's remorse. How can we implement an immediate result to stop chargebacks? That's a different type of film. You gotta pay me a little extra for that.
Yeah.
So you can't get somebody from India to tell you that.
Yeah.
Right. So if I say you $5,000 from you just working with me off the rip before I even put a funnel in place, you're like, yo, I love this guy. You know, so. But yeah, bro, I can go on and on. But skills pay the bills. If y'all are in the credit repair space, get a skill. And I like how you had the guy Darrell on here, right?
Oh, Darrell Gray, yeah, consumer
bro,
law. Yeah,
bro,
yeah, that's my guy.
Bro, he niched down though. You feel me?
Yeah,
His niche is consumer law. It's not just general credit. It's like, yo, we talking about these laws.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like, but he got that skill. So yeah, man, big shout out to Darrell. I seen his blow up too. I had the pleasure, like in the beginning, I helped his team in the beginning, like see like what sales funnels were, and then it's a blessing to see like where he took it, bro. It really is. So same for you, bro. Like I know like $1 million months coming.
Yeah,
just don't forget about me, yo. Don't forget about me.
You're right there with me.
Don't forget about me, man. You know,
yes,
the Rolls Royce. You probably have about 3 Rolls Royces. I know you like them boys, so you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
bro, I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna ask you one more question and then we're gonna wrap it up, get out of here. So I just wanna know, is there a certain question that people do not ask you? I don't know how many interviews you've been doing, but is there a certain question people don't ask you that you would want to talk about right now? Like you're like, dang, I wish they asked me that, you know?
I think the one thing that I want to say, I will say, and hopefully this helps somebody, is your environment plays a major role in your success, right? So, and what I mean by that is, anytime I look to go up, I'm looking to change my environment because, and we're gonna go back to cognitive, like the way the brain works. When you're in your bed, okay, we will get these, but typically it's 2 things that happen, right? You're either having sex or you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
That's the environment of the bedroom. So if you try to do work in that environment, it's going to be tough because your brain has been processed to associate environments, right? Like one thing I did learn, I took like this little course on how to memorize stuff, and you can memorize things, a string of things by memorizing like different items, attaching items to that thing, right? So your brain can quickly make associations, like back in the caveman days, by like, yo, that's this rock. This rock look like this, so I'm here, right? Yo, this tree look like this, so I'm here, right? So if you go like now, it's like, yo, the bedroom all my life has been for these things. The bathroom has been for these things, right? Imagine trying to do work in the bathroom.
That's crazy.
It's tough. You feel me? So you got to put yourself in an environment that's conducive to success. I used to work legitimately like in this little corner in my apartment, and I just realized, I was like, yo, this environment is not conducive to success. One, my wife can get access to me, my daughter can come up to me. It just was like, yo, like it just wasn't conducive. So once I started moving out into a different environment, I started producing more results. Why? Because I was focused. People didn't have access to, hey, Darrell, can you do this? Can you do that? They didn't have access. You feel me? So if you're really looking to blow up, change your environment, whether it's people, places, sometimes it's the things too, right? Like, bro, how you feel when that Rolls Royce?
Great, rich.
No, excellent. Like you deserve to be there, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
That's something that will also push you, right? So you need to put yourself in those environments, right? So like, even down to, I don't know if you probably still got like that Corvette, right? Like when you hop in that joint and somebody pop out like, hey, yo, I see how you, it makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So it propels you to be the best version of you. Now, I'm not saying materialistic things are all want to propel you. You want to make sure that it's not an anchor, making you drown. But you want to change that environment. Take them trips. Go to masterminds.
Facts.
Change your business. Go into a WeWork, dude. It's small things because you think differently in different environments, right? When I'm in the hood, I'm still Darrell, but I'm a different version of Darrell.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like where I'm from is like I can laugh with some people, but in certain places in Baltimore, I got put on I put on my straight face, like, bro, I'm not playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it, bro. Your environment really crafts you and molds you. And a lot of successful people will tell you that too, bro. They'll tell you the same thing. Like if you really have to change your environment, of course, like your auditor circle, all of that. But that your circle is also a reflection of your environment. If you ain't got no millionaires in your circle, right? Of course, you ain't gonna have no millionaires in your circle if you living in the hood, because they ain't there unless they doing illegal stuff. You feel me? So if you change your environment, you can also change your circle just by osmosis.
Fact.
And your income will change just by osmosis. Because once you start seeing people do 20 bands in a day, 10 bands in a day, bro, it's only but either one or two things will happen. If you not their family, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you. If you hang around people that's doing a high level income, either one, you want to step up to the plate, or two, bro, you got to go.
Yeah.
Because you bringing them down.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's just like you want a championship team, bro. You got to play at a championship level. So that's about changing that environment, because it forces you to play as a better version of you and at your highest level. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, bro. You just gotta change your environment. So I'm always looking at like, yo, how can I change my environment? Low key, I really want to move, but it's just like I still got my wife there like, yo, can we just move in? It's like, I don't know. But that's what I would say to everybody. Environment. If they ask me, environment, bro. Environment. And it's directly linked to the brain. Directly. You feel me? In your environment, what you wear, right? Like in the beginning, I thought that I had to wear a suit. I associated suits with success. So every time I wore a suit, I felt successful. And I noticed I had a different swag. I noticed my income was different. But once I disassociated suits with success, and I associated the pursuit of this, you know what I mean? I associated my results. Like I started building up like yo, these my stats. You feel me? I associated that with success. So now I can dress how I want to dress and still have that same swag. You feel me? So it's like but that's it, bro. Change your environment. Change it. I'm serious, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Change your mind, change your life, change your environment, change your life. That's it.
Most definitely. Appreciate you.
Absolutely,
you a lot, bro. How can the people find you if they want to work with you, if they want to just tap in with you, get more books, stuff like that? How can the people reach you?
Absolutely. So on Instagram, I'm Darrell Gray Marketing, Darrell Gray, Gray Marketing. And then on Facebook, just Darrell Gray. I'm the guy that's smiling. Just me and my wife on my picture. So that was a good day. So yeah, that's how they can tap in, man. That's how they can tap in. Of course, you can always go to my guy Mike once you get your credit right, or if you are in the credit repair space, check out my guy Mike. And then if you need a funnel, you can come my way and I'll get you right.
Yes, sir. All right. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.
Ooh.